This time on Word on the Street, remembering a comedy icon.
And a recap of the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. So sit back,
relax,
and here's the Word on the Street.
Welcome back to another episode of Word on the Street.
We are so excited to be back, but wanted to start off by talking about a devastating loss that Hollywood and fans faced this past weekend. Actress and comedian Catherine O'Hara passed away last Friday at 71 years old. She was rushed to the hospital the morning of her death in serious condition. Her agency said she was battling an undisclosed illness. Details about the condition or official cause of death are still unknown to the public.
She left behind a legacy spanning several genres from comedy to horror and the stage, getting her start at Second City in Toronto and moving on to guest appearances in major sitcoms, along with writing for numerous projects. Let's take a look at some of her most well-known roles on the big screen. You probably saw her for the first time as Kevin's mom, Kate McAllister, in Home Alone. The iconic movie playing every holiday season, featuring a mom trying to get back home to her son left behind. Next was Delia Dietz in Beetlejuice, playing Winona Ryder's obnoxious and rude stepmom, a complete change from the feel-good holiday movie. And most recently, she played Moira Rose in the comedy Schitt's Creek for 6 seasons, an eccentric, rich, and washed-up actor whose family loses everything and has to move to small-town America.
She was a major voice in some big animated movies as well, and she didn't just stay in the comedy category for voice acting either. Most notably, she was the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas, also Penny the Porcupine in DreamWorks' Over the Hedge. She voiced Brooke Ripple in Disney's Elemental and characters in Frankie Weenie and Monster House.
And most recently, she played a new character in Season 2 of The Last of Us. Very on brand, she played Gail, a former therapist who copes by being either drunk or high, but wise beyond her years. Now, she's won numerous awards across various projects, Emmys, Golden Globes, Genies, and Critics' Choice.
So sad and so unexpected.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
and she's someone I really admired as an artist.
Yeah, and she's so well versed in how could you not love seeing her on your screen? She was everyone's mom after being in Home Alone, and this is definitely a loss that we'll all feel.
Yeah, for sure. I'll miss her.
Well, with that, let's go ahead and head back to our chairs to give a full Grammy recap.
So last Sunday were the 68th Annual Grammys, and the last time being aired on CBS. It was a night of great performances, well-deserved winners, and pointed speeches.
Yeah, that's right. It will be our last time seeing it on CBS, so a little bit of a change for next year. But let's go over the major categories and also some historical accomplishments. Best Pop Vocal Album went to Lady G for Mayhem. Also winning Best Dance Pop Recording, Best Pop Duo Group Performance went to the Witches of Wicked. Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande for their Defying Gravity duets. The Best Pop Solo Performance is from a viral song early on in the year, Messy by Lola Young.
Moving on to the Big Four, Best New Artist is breakout singer Olivia Dean. Record of the Year went to Kendrick Lamar and SZA for their song Luther. Bad Bunny for his album Debbie Terrar Mas Fotos. And Song of the Year is my personal favorite, Wildflower by Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas. And I also wanted to shout out Songwriter of the Year, who went kind of unknown, but Amy Allen, who wrote Opt, Just Keep Watching, Manchild, and Tears, just some of the songs that were nominated for awards. And our Producer of the Year is Circuit, producing Apata, Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, Disease, and Mayhem.
All of these were so fun, and there were also quite a few big accomplishments and historical achievements this Grammy season.
That's so true. First time wins in major categories and some broken records.
Kendrick Lamar became the first rapper with the most Grammy wins in history at 27. Just this year bringing home Record of the Year, Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, Best Melodic Rap Performance, and Best Rap Performance.
And the animated film that skyrocketed across the country and became Netflix's most watched film of all time, K-pop Demon Hunters, won big, earning K-pop its first award at the Grammys. The song Golden took home Best Song Written for Visual Media.
And Bad Bunny's album becomes the first non-English album to win the award. He also brought home Best Musica Urbana Album and Best Global Music Performance.
And we can add another name to the EGOT list. Steven Spielberg's producer role in Music by John Williams earned him his Emmy. Now EGOT winner 28, owning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, spanning all categories of the performing arts.
And Sinners, the film breaking the record for most Oscar nominations, also did not leave empty-handed.
I know you haven't seen it yet, Grace, but you need to. This film is amazing and the front runner for the year at the Oscars and features compositions from Ludwig Göransson. The film brought home Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media, and Göransson won Best Score Soundtrack Album for Visual Media.
He also did the music for Creed, Black Panther, and Oppenheimer, and this was the most diverse amount of award participants. We didn't see the same artists sweeping in categories like most of the time we do at these shows nowadays, and more artists had a chance this year to walk across that stage and pick up their Grammy.
Yeah, it was a good night. I was excited to see just more people winning versus the same person.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting from a viewer perspective too.
Definitely.
No one likes to see the same people go up on stage every single time. It's too predictable.
And I'm excited for next year already because there's so many new albums out. Tyler, the Creator, released 2 albums in the past 2 years. Tate McRae has one out. Harry Styles is releasing an album. Noah Khan is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big year next year.
It's a good year for music.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'm really loving to see all those different artists up there, and I can't wait for Bad Bunny's performance next.
Oh my gosh.
A week from, well, actually, just in a few days. So we're really coming up on it. So
excited. He's gonna rock it.
Yeah. And to start off the semester, I also wanted to talk more about and plug the Englert Theater while we have the time to do so. The Englert is right downtown, less than a 10-minute walk from campus, and sometimes I feel like it just goes a little bit unnoticed or people don't know as much about it, but it's such a great theater and historical monument to our downtown, and they feature some incredible artists and local performances. For example, Iowa native and comedian Tom Arnold will be there this Friday, which is super exciting. So be sure to get your tickets ASAP for that. But before break, I spent a lot of time getting to know the Englert staff and really diving into the history of the theater. And I actually learned some really interesting things about Iowa City and the impact that the Englert has on downtown. So without further ado, I am really excited to share that I have put together a little feature story on the Englert. So let's take a quick look. At the heart of downtown Iowa City stands the old-fashioned marquee sign that lights up the entire street. Its lights, decadent detail, and welcoming colors shine brightly as guests walk through the iconic Englert Theater doors. What started as a movie house in 1912 has transformed into a hub for music, theater, and creative expression. The Englert's history runs deep, as shown on the inside with original details like bathroom stalls and dressing rooms still there from the early 1900s. Englert's executive director, Keegan Hugfeldt, has dedicated much of his time showcasing the Englert's incredible history, giving tours to the general public.
This is by far my favorite place to sit up here.
The Englert has been standing tall since 1912, when William and Etta Englert first opened its doors, where they quite literally got to call it their home.
And this was where they lived. It's a pretty incredible story to get to live on a second-floor apartment that then walks down into the theater.
But in 1926, a fire nearly destroyed the theater, causing $125,000 in damage. The building was restored, but this was not the last hardships it faced. In the late 1990s, this iconic theater faced a near shutdown, but it was saved by community efforts. And in 2004, the Englert Theater reopened its iconic doors and never looked back.
People tell me all the time about, well, I saw this movie. I came for my first date ever to the Englert to see a movie and experience this. It means something to them. And honestly, that is really motivating to want to make sure that this entity, this building, continues to be that gathering space so that not only they get to continue making those memories, but their children, their grandchildren, their friends, and their neighbors all get to do that.
The Englert means something to the Iowa City community. For Phoebe Martin, she wanted to choose a wedding venue that held meaning to her and her husband, and this theater was the first that came to mind.
And it just meant so much to us. You know, it's a piece of history. And, you know, we're major We're major sponsors of the Englert. We come to so many shows.
Now, the Englert is spreading its wings more than ever before. Just this year, they've hosted big names like Noah Reid, Jefferson Starship, and special screenings of movie classics like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I grew up here in Iowa City. I've been coming here to the Englert since I was a little kid. Just a really awesome space to see live music, and it's been a big thing in my family.
On the outside, the Englert seems like another performance space, but to many, it's much more, holding deep memories and meaning.
Like, takes you to a whole different era. It is magic.
The organization itself actually does so much more for the arts community than just putting on shows.
It brings our community into one space to be a community.
Thank you, Englert Theater, for making Iowa City what it is today. Grace Lathrop, DITV. So I hope you learned a little something about the theater and that this encourages you to go check it out, some of their performances. And if you are interested in just seeing the inside of the theater, they actually offer free tours open to the public that last about an hour, where you can see some really cool historical parts and artifacts inside. When I went, I got to see the dressing rooms, and those doors have been up there since like when it was built in like the 20s and 30s.
I think they're doing another one next week, if I'm not
Yeah, it's coming up really soon. You can just follow the link below, and it'll tell you all the info you need about these tours and all the shows that are coming up. So that's super exciting, and be sure to check out the Englert. It is such a gem to Iowa City, and the staff is so nice.
It really feels like an old-timey like movie theater.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and sometimes they do actually show films there. It just kind of depends. I know they did an interactive Rocky Horror Picture Show for Halloween time, so kind of just depends, but you know, I really encourage people to go and check it out, and you know, even just take a look inside. They have some really cool stuff in there.
For sure.
But anyways, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Word on the Street.
We will be here every week to give you your full entertainment and arts rundown.
But for now, I'm Grace Lathrop,
And I'm Hannah Fideli, and we'll see you next time
on Word on the Street.